Good day everyone, my name is Tan Sihui. I'm going to present my individual assignment entitled The Effect of Liquidity Risk in Relation with Firm-Specific Factors and Macroeconomic Factors Towards Aegis Logistics Limited Performance. Aegis Logistics Limited, which was formerly known as Actual Drug House, is a publicly listed company in leading oil, gas, and chemical logistics company based in Mumbai, India. The issue that arises in Aegis is related to the principle of accountability. In the year 2014 to 2016, the operating revenue of the company showed a significant decreasing trend. This situation happened because the board of directors and employees might not have their mix of skill. They do not have much knowledge to operate their business, especially for those new employees. When a company is facing problems, they might not have the experience and knowledge on how to deal with the problems. It shows that they do not have the accountability to take that responsibility to solve the problems. Therefore, it caused the business to go down the pan. There are three research objectives in this study, which are to investigate the impact of company accountability towards firm-specific factors, to investigate the impact of company accountability towards systematic risk, and to investigate the impact of company accountability towards firm-specific factor and systematic risk. Next is research questions. What is the impact of company accountability towards firm-specific factors? What is the impact of company accountability towards systematic risk? What is the impact of company accountability towards firm-specific factors and systematic risk? Now I will go through the literature review and I will focus on the liquidity risk. Liquidity risk is a financial risk that without impacting to the market price, a given financial asset and cannot be traded quickly in the market. According to T. Kodia, Auro, and A. Subramaniam, the risk varies over time both for individual stock and for the market as a whole. And according to SAS, liquidity risk refer to how a bank's inability to meet its obligation threatens its financial position or existence. Companies manage their liquidity risk through effective asset liability management (ALM). Due to the global financial crisis, financial companies took liquidity and balance sheet management for granted. Many institutions struggle to maintain adequate liquidity and appropriate balance sheet structure during the crisis. In the study, the dependent variable of this study is current ratio. The measurement of current ratio is current assets divided by current liability. The internal factors are ROA, ROE, average collection period, debt to income, operational ratio, operating margin, and corporate governance index, whereas the external factors are GDP, inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rate, and standard deviation. I have used four methods to support my finding and analysis in this study, and the first one is population and sampling technique. A company was chosen as a sample from the population, which is Aegis Logistics Limited, and the data is extracted from the annual report of the company from year 2014 to year 2018. The data and sampling were used to classify the relationship between the dependent variable and independent variable. Secondly is the statistical technique. For this, I use primary and secondary data to prove or as an evidence for my finding and analysis in this study. Thirdly is the data analysis. Multiple regression analysis method was used in order to determine how independent variable influence dependent variable in the study. The last one is IBM statistical package for social science SPSS statistics. It is a data mining software and I use this software to analyze all the data to get the final results. Alright, now I will explain the part of finding and analysis. The first one is descriptive statistics. In this table, N represents the number of samples, which is 5, which means that 5 years from 2014 to 2018. And we can see that the mean of current ratio is 0.98. This means that for every $1 of liability, Aegis company cover it by using 0.98 of cash. And besides that, the standard deviation means how volatility the company is. It also indicates that the higher the standard deviation, the higher the reference of number in the average. For current ratio, the standard deviation is 0.22. It considers less volatile towards the average. Next, I will move on to the correlation table. In this table, I will focus on the Pearson correlation and sig, which is the p-value. In Pearson correlation, we will see that how the independent variable reacts to the dependent variable. When the value is negative, it means that negative relationship, and if positive, it means positive relationship. For example, let's see return on equity, ROE. Here shows that 0.922. This indicates that when ROE increases, current ratio also increases. The same goes to the others. And next, we see the sig value, the significant value, p-value. For ROE, it recorded 0.013, which is less than 0.1. So it shows that it is significant to current ratio. Now I will explain about ANOVA. Basically, in ANOVA, we will look at the significant value. If the significant value, which is the p-value, is less than 0.1, means that the ANOVA model is significant. So in model 1, the p-value is 0.091. Therefore, it is significant. Next is model summary. The adjusted R-square is 0.979, and this indicates that there is 77.9% that explaining the observation in current ratio, but the other 2.1% is unexplained. The Dubin-Watson, it shows the autocorrelation when it lies between 1.5 to 3. So in this model, we can see that the Dubin-Watson is 2.776. Therefore, it is autocorrelation for this model. And for the next one, coefficient table, we will focus on the t-value and sig value. The larger the t-value, the more significant it is. From table of model 1, we can see that the ROE is the most significant as its t-value is the largest and its significant value is less than 0.1. Thus, to manage the liquidity risk, we need to deal with the ROE. The increase in ROE, the increase in liquidity risk as it is positively influence. Lastly, the conclusion and recommendation of this study is the liquidity risk is influenced by the return on equity ROE. If edges fail to enhance its return on equity, the ability for the company to pay for their short-term debt will become worse. Hence, Aegis Logistics Limited must fully utilize their every single dollar of asset that they acquire. In the meantime, they need to aware of the economic conditions and take the risk effectively. That's all from me. Thank you for listening and watching.